It is Wednesday, 11:35 a.m. Ding, ding, ding. 59 degrees Fahrenheit here in the San Gabriel. I had just started eating, I think, at Panera's like last year, I think, beginning of the year, maybe at the end. I think at the beginning of the year, just when they was having their problems with the supercharged lemonade. They've been having problems and lawsuits and things like that. But I wasn't thinking nothing like that. I even charged I even used the lemonade just to see what they taste like, not knowing that they were going through a lawsuit. But fast forward, I started getting involved in the other type of food, and I go there pretty regularly now. And I guess you can say that I was going in the midst of all of their problems and not really paying attention to it. I knew what was going on, but that's typical of most places. And then when you go to them for a while, you find out that they all make little mistakes here. But I'm finding a lot of inconsistencies with the lawsuits and everything. But Panera used to be number one while I was still trying to join the breakfast craze with them and the lunch and the afternoon meals with them, and trying to figure out what I can get by going there often and joining the club, never really joining the sip club, because I'm not a part of the sip club. I don't drink that many types of lemonades or juices and all that. I just basically drink coffees. But they used to be number one. Now they're number three. And while I'm still being involved in them, I didn't know that they were cutting back on their sandwiches. I didn't know they was cutting back, the size and the portions. They was exchanging they was using different types of lettuce. Not the good, robust type lettuce, but I guess the fragile type of lettuce. And the sandwiches was becoming smaller. And now it seems like they're trying to reinvigorate themselves, as I have read here. But they fell to number three behind Chipotle and Panda Express. Now, I hardly ever go to Panda Express. Once in a while, because I really do eat Chinese food or Asian delicacies in other restaurants, such as Thai restaurants and actual Chinese restaurants. So if I ever go to Panda, it'll be once in a while. Even though the food is fine, it's okay. And Chipotle, only been there once. I have never really felt any reason to go there again. And I know Chipotle's have had a lot of problems. Well, they actually had to shut down a few times. But Panera is the one that I go to the most. It's one of my favorites still. They do make mistakes, but they're trying to get back into being what most of their fan base was, because they were losing their fan base when it comes to the portions and probably the service. They was cutting back their staff, and that's something else that can have a major effect on your business. Yeah, so I'm reading this. They have more than one article about it, so I'm not going to say who it is basically, but I'm getting one from CNBC, Amelia Lucas. I guess that's one source. That's the only one I'm going to use right now. So Panera is having this problem. And they even talk about, what were they talking about? See, for the chain parent company Panera Brand, which owns Caribou Coffee, which I still haven't had, and Einstein Brothers Bagels, which is one of my favorites. As I talked about Einstein, they all make a few mistakes here. They all have plenty of workers. It look like Einstein has more people behind the counter than Panera. So what's going on with that? I'm sure there are some people behind the counter, and probably at Einstein you can actually see them, where you have other people in and out. They're probably behind the counter and behind the boards that separate the breads and all that type of stuff. So Panery Bread is going through a problem. They're trying to do a big turnaround, bringing it back to its food focus, because they were losing people. So while they were losing people, they gained me. Who thought that that was good of what I'm going through? But I guess they were even better before I joined, which is about a year ago or so. And yes, I'm eating. I haven't quite ate it yet, but peppermint mocha. I got a small frap from Starbucks. I still try to get the points. I still don't know what they're talking about. Hot items. I had grilled cheese. I thought that was a hot item. I've always had problems with figuring out what is what. They say you buy these 4 items, and one of the 4 is not being counted. So now I got 2 items, but I don't know which one. I got the mocha, peppermint mocha frap. They say any mocha, so I guess they count it. And of course I got my pasta, whatever you want to call it. I don't get a receipt, but anyway, this is what I'm having, the Starbucks. Well, anyway, Panery Bread, while I've been enjoying their food, thinking that is probably one of the best things that is going around, apparently is not good enough. Because when I came in, that's when they started having a few problems, probably building up until the time I joined, to while I'm actually going there a lot, there's more problems than meet the eye. And so I came in, I guess when they were on their downhill, going from 1 to number 3, where they used to be number 1, and the people who stopped going or are in protest over the food that they like or their favorite place had thought that they should be a whole lot more better. So I'm expecting Panera to be a whole lot more better, even though I came in at the time where they were quite not doing as much as they thought they should be doing, and I thought was better. I'll see you in my next video, folks. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Have a great day.